Big talk. We're under 24 hours away from the trade deadline, and the market is certainly heating up. Our Shams Charania is back with us now. And Shams, you broke the news yesterday that James Harden is headed to Cleveland, Darius Garland headed to Los Angeles. So can you just peel back the curtain on us for the thinking on each franchise on making this kind of move?
So, Malika, all of this was started with James Harden. He essentially had a mutual option for next season, and the way he's been playing in this recent Clippers surge, he held the Clippers' feet to the fire in a lot of ways to see, is there a commitment beyond this season? Is there a longer-term future for him? And nothing, to my understanding, was promised next season and beyond. And so James Harden made it clear that he wanted a win-now opportunity, somewhere where he could have a longer-term future. He viewed the Cleveland Cavaliers as having fit both of those criterias. And so both sides worked on finding a mutually beneficial path forward. I think there's a lot of respect built up over the last couple of years between the Clippers and James Harden. So that's where Darius Garland and the Cavaliers come in. Darius Garland, 26 years old. James Harden is 36. So to have a star-for-star trade with this type of age gap, the Clippers really believe that Darius Garland has the youth, has the upside that helps them now and be competitive now, but mostly for the long term. And it's obvious with every move the Cavs make, they're trying to compete for a championship around Donovan Mitchell. This week, they've gotten Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder. Now they round it out with James Harden.
And thus, we have a little point guard swap. Shams, thank you. We'll let you get back to work. Kudos to our Ramona Shelburne, because I hear what we're reporting here, but also James Harden, Ramona got some time with him exclusively last night. And this is really interesting because, as Shams is saying, James Harden wants to win. But James was asked if he demanded a trade, and this is what he said. He said, quote, "That wasn't the case at all. In life, not even basketball, but when things don't work out, there are ways to end relationships without having to crack each other. And as much as I wanted to stay in LA and give it a go, I've never won one before. As a basketball mind, I think we," and he means Cleveland there, "have a better chance." So, Brian, decipher this for me. What does this acquisition mean to you?
Well, from Harden's perspective, I do think that he does have a better chance in Cleveland. I agree with that. But this was money-driven, as Shams said. I know everybody wants to put their spin on it, and I respect that. Cleveland's situation, they have been looking at a 4 or 5 year window with this group of young players that they all signed to long contracts. They are now looking at it basically as a 2 year window. Harden and Donovan Mitchell over the next couple of years, they want to go for it. I think the interesting thing that he said also in these comments to Ramona is that he wanted to give the Clippers a chance on a little bit of a rebuild. Now, that word rebuild set off little alarm bells around me. So I checked in with that, and I was told the Clippers are not rebuilding.
Okay, so this is the quote. He said, quote, "I didn't want to feel like I was holding the Clippers up in their future. I wanted them to actually have a chance, bing, ding, ding, to rebuild and get some draft capital."
Don't like that word. That word's a little bit worrisome, because if James Harden thought they were rebuilding and wanted to get out in front of it, you're like, wait a minute. So I checked in. The Clippers are not rebuilding. But if you want to call them and offer them something that they think that can help them longer term, because they got the oldest team in the league, and you want to offer them a two-time All-Star like Darius Garland, I think that they will listen. The two players that we're talking about here, without saying the names, are Ivica Zubac, who's, excellent center, defensive center, and Kawhi Leonard. I don't think either of those players are going to move, but obviously the Clippers are making it clear with their actions here that they're going to take a call and listen, and if not now, maybe they visit that in the summer.
Yeah, I think they benefit from it. I think that both the Clippers, we're not talking about it because everybody's so focused on James Harden and Spider Mitchell, right? But when you look at the Clippers on paper, I like Zubac and Darius Garland in the pick and roll. I like that tag man being Kawhi Leonard, and then you have to deal with an ISO with Kawhi Leonard over there. I think Zubac is one of the throwback bigs that we have in this league, and I think he's going to make it go. So I think that T. Lue sees a little something over there, and they can work it over there. He's going to be 26 years old coming in, like you were saying, 10 years on his legs. I think you're a happy camper over there.
I think the question has to be, when you look at the last 3 seasons, Darius Garland, he's missed 57 games. James Harden has missed 18 games, and that's going to be the question, right?
It's the NBA.
Right.
Like, we don't talk about it enough, but it's like, for these guys to go out here and give you the stat lines that you want them to go out here and run through a wall for you, but then you don't want them to be hurt. And it's like, it's a lot of basketball to be played. Guys are going to get hurt. If guys do the preparation in the summer, if guys are locked in with their training staff, guys will come back. But expect guys to miss some time. That's okay. Just get healthy by the time playoffs come. Make sure your record is ready for the playoffs, and then do something.
Well, that has been the problem for Cleveland, the do-something part in the playoffs over the last couple of years. And so now they've made a move. Chiney, how do you see this James Harden, Donovan Mitchell backcourt looking?
Y'all! We got a big trade. You know what that means? We got to go to the big board. Let's do it, y'all. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm hyped because the deadline is near here. We've seen so many different versions of the beard. We've seen the six-man. We've seen the MVP. We've seen the system. But the latest, greatest version of James Harden is the facilitator. And I know a lot of people want to focus on the post, rightfully so, but I actually want to focus on the guard and how he will play alongside Donovan Mitchell. So I have some tape for you to see on James Harden's impact. James Harden gets double-teamed more than Darius Garland, which means he's going to attract multiple defenders. That allows Donovan Mitchell to hopefully get easier, better looks. He averages 25 points per game, clearly 8 assists. He's going to create some options. Just a quick, easy read for Kawhi. That's going to be done getting to the mid-range. But also, he's a tremendously gifted passer right here. The entire defense bends. He has you on his heels. And then beautiful swing action to get an easy open look. Donovan Mitchell is shooting 38% from 3 on 29 points per game. So these looks are what James Harden will generate for Cleveland. But also, James Harden has plenty of experience playing alongside players that need the ball. Because Donovan and Kawhi have quite similar usages, this is something that James is used to, and I feel like that's why he feels like it's a plug-and-play potentially for him going to Cleveland. Are we awake now?
And now, Shump, he's got Evan Mobley that he's playing with. He has Jared Allen that he's playing with. What does that unlock for Cleveland?
I mean, again, my biggest problem with the whole thing is what are you going to do on the defensive end? I know what James is going to add offensively. I think that Evan Mobley becomes a lot more aggressive. Well, it's going to seem that way because he's going to get a lot more shots. I think that he's also going to be able to slash. We don't talk about the horns action that James likes to run, where he brings both bigs up, and you have to respect it. That opens the floor so much when you're playing against him. You never know which way he's going to go because he does that little dribble hesitation through the legs cross, and then he gets you in that foul trouble. So he does a lot of things that keeps the defense not able to be honest, and you have to play it however he wants it. I think that Donovan Mitchell just has to wait long enough to understand how to attack that.
I just think availability matters in the NBA, and we've all said along Cleveland will be judged in May and June as far as where they are. And since that Miami series last year, Darius Garland has been injured. He's tried to come back from that surgery here, and as you mentioned, the numbers between James Harden and Darius Garland, you get an established 36-year-old clutch player. Now we can debate in 7 games, but a guy who's seasoned in the playoffs here with Donovan Mitchell here. And I think, Chiney, you hit it right on the head. Like that was my biggest question, the usage. When you have Mitchell and now Harden, you just won your case.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
The Cavs have like $300-some-odd million invested in Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And this is really not only an investment in Donovan, but this is a continued investment in those guys because Harden has reliably gotten great production out of the big men he's played with.
Without a doubt.
And that is going to be that for Cleveland. This was clearly saying one thing. We know that Donovan Mitchell has given us the best years outside of LeBron James that we have seen maybe ever. We need to sign him to an extension. What moves can we make to make sure that happens this offseason? We went from saying, oh, okay, Chris Paul is back, to wait, not so fast. And I think for a lot of fans out there, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got to be waived by March 1st for him to be playoff eligible. I would think that's going to happen in Toronto. It would probably be by the end of the week if there's not another deal here for Chris Paul. And, we talked about Dallas. That was my team to watch before they traded Anthony Davis before the deal. I would keep an eye on for Daniel Gafford.
Okay.
I would keep an eye on for him. I think there's a little bit of an arms race for centers. Gafford, Zubac, Rudy Gobert, potentially. Sabonis in Sacramento. Toronto needs a center. I don't want to do the windy.
You're already starting to make the windy hands. Brian, the team that you were watching that we're going to be talking about tomorrow in our 4-hour trade deadline.
Well, other than Milwaukee, Minnesota. Minnesota, if they don't do a Giannis deal, what will they do to try to bolster their team for the second half of the season?
Yeah, and now that you're saying that he might get waived.
Chris Paul.
Why not? Why not Chris Paul? If you're sitting here being Minnesota and you've having some problems with making sure guys get the ball, hey, man, all you got to do is be healthy.
You go first.
Okay.
I love it.
Look, I'll go really quick. My eyes are on Golden State. That sound from Draymond Green was quite insightful. I always think sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, but he's always real. And it feels like he understands that there are changes that could be happening.
Keep an eye on Mike Conley. he can re-sign with Minnesota because he was traded again in a separate deal. So Charlotte waives him.
Yep.
He's allowed to re-sign in Minnesota.
All right, so tomorrow, what everyone is going to need here for our 4-hour trade deadline special, a piece of paper, a pen, and to be listening very closely to Mr. Bobby Marks. The biggest trade that we've seen of the day so far is Anthony Davis on his way to the Washington Wizards, but we are just getting started.
Y'all getting the Chicago
somehow,
guy.
some way. You think so?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
they
I'm
already
saying
made a move.
AD, good Chicago guy, man.
Oh, I think you
Guy
said
over there.
Chicago's going to make him another
guy.
one. All right.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them down, try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,